Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking all about the gift wrap gala, which is the week 4 event for December, starting on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Hopefully, with things going correctly. Also, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, or I guess that's a bit late. What I meant to say is, I hope that you all had a great holidays. Because this is going live on December Boxing Day in Canada and in the UK, and maybe other countries have that as well. I hope that you all had some great last couple of days. And of course, as you guys might know, I'm still kind of on holidays. I'll be back home from my parents' house on Wednesday night. So by Thursday onwards, you'll see videos as normal, probably at the usual schedule, at least every day or so, most likely. I'm just, I've had some time off, and hopefully that you all enjoyed yours as well, if you had it. So we'll be talking about that. Before we get into that, though, I do want to talk about this kind of, because I've been off the grid a little bit. And so I noticed that there was this event called the Best of 2022 Extravaganza. This came out, and at first I had no idea how you were earning points from this. And I'm like, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a whale milestone that involves spending. Because where is it? It's over here. I was trying to find it. And then I was looking at the scoring. I was like, okay, you have to collect fragments. How do you do that, right? And then what's in it? These orbs, the Gilded Champions, and then this one, the Year's Best. But you only get the points for collecting these Year's Best. So you're getting more of these Gilded Champions and not much of these. And it's just such a strange event, really. Because I noticed that in the logging calendar, because the logging calendar is still foobarred, that you can actually see this a little bit early, at least as of recording. So I've not actually hit day 1 technically, but you can see the Year's Best in here. So there's a total of 2,000 fragments in here, and that's it. So what do these orbs do? And I'm assuming that the rest of how you're going to get those fragments is through offers. I have not scrolled through here. There they are, right? So they're in here. So yes, it's a whale milestone for the next 8 or 9 days that you're going to get a little bit of bonus, for buying these. Consider them to be basically like more ice cubes. And they have orbs in the store here, the Gilded Champions orbs and the Year's Best. So I guess the better one is the Gilded Champion than the Year's Best, but we're going to get one of these, right? And so you have a chance of getting upwards to either 5 shards of some characters, 20 shards, or 50 shards of these. And, there's a handful of characters, not all the 2022 characters, by the way. It does stop, I believe, at Dark Beast or something, or somewhere up there, because he's not listed. But there is the 10M, the War Dog characters as well in here. So, I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of disappointing, frankly, because this is leading up to New Year's, and it doesn't seem like we're getting a lot of these, if much. In the Gilded Champion orbs, they do actually give you upwards to 100 shards on the very similar characters as well. And actually, this one does include Dark Beast and Nemesis. So this one is the better orb, but I don't know if we're actually going to get any. I just kind of wanted to cover that really quick before we jump into the math for today, because, it's let me know in the comments down below what you think about this stuff. It seems like a load of crap to me, but hey, that's just my thoughts. So let's jump on over to the math. But before we do, actually, sorry, I should have had this up first. This is the subtotal, of course, for week number 4, which I normally do. So we're here to rescue Cap's beanie, which is going to be worth 100,000 points. Also, based on all of this stuff so far, the Free Claim Fridays, and we're expected to hopefully get another one on December the 30th. I've added up all of the points from all of the events, and it actually brings us to a grand total of 754, almost 55,000, and so we're plus 4,775. Now, that's assuming that the Free Claim Friday that's coming up is going to be 7,500 like it was on the other 2, and there isn't any random surprises. There could be a little bit more, but once again, this is super, super tight. And for those of you who have been following along every month, it is actually really important that you do get that, because the amount of points that you get from the final milestone, the Festival of Frost, is worth 597,000 presents, which is a lot. And so that might make the difference between you getting, an extra 50 shards of Nemesis, or whatever it is that you plan on doing with yours. I want to get at least 100 shards in Nemesis. My drops, actually, so far for him have been pretty bad. So I might need these just to hit 5-star. I thought maybe I might have actually been able to reach 6-star, but I think that's out of the question now. at this point. So hopefully people are coming along quite nicely on this. This is where I'm at currently as of recording the video. Jumping back to this, let's talk about the gift wrap gala, because it encompasses two different things. It is an energy spending and campaign energy, alliance credit donations, and raids. Now, I want to make this clear, and I'll say that again further down, that you can actually save 8 days worth of alliance credits. So basically the day before this event, which should be today as of you watching this, that you're able to hoard. Just, when you do your donations, that's fine for the day, but don't go back onto the screen until after the store reset the following day, and you'll be able to collect points between 1 p.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Pacific time, where the store and the alliance credits reset, for you to be able to collect those. So you can basically get 8 days of alliance credit dipping if you're careful and you don't claim them early. So make sure you do that. The total milestone points required for this event is 152,000. Our goal, though, is 93,000. So keep that number in mind. That's going to be very important. So how you spend the credits for the campaign energy is 2 points for that. Alliance credits is 16 points. And before we jump into this, I actually just want to go really quick. I want to bring up the spreadsheet, the table image. So I kind of want to look at like, what do we get after 93,000 that is or not important. There is actually some presents down here. 45,000, 55,000, and 200,000. These are what I would call kind of whale stones a little bit, in my opinion. There is actually some silver flash bits, which is interesting. You may be able to get 113,500 without spending, but it's going to be tough, and it's going to require you to court not only more for the alliance credit donation, but a lot more for the energy. So, this video is not encompassing how to get to 113,000. It's basically how to get to the event item, because I think that's the most important thing. There is some blue 4 ions down here at 125,000. There's 350 dark promos, which they're really monetizing down here at the bottom with an Elite 5 orb and 200,000 presents. So it is what it is, but it's not super critical for you to miss that. Now, here is the campaign energy per day. This is roughly the same. This is what you're getting every day, is 1108 campaign energy. That's your free-to-play time energy. That's your free refreshes that you get 3 times 80, and this is up to 480 energy that you're getting for up to 4 additional refreshes, plus your 100 from the web. That's 1108. Now, because you get 2 points, that's worth 2216. Multiply that by 7 days, and you can get 15,512. Now, some people are going to say, well, yes, you can also save your core refreshes from before the event starts, and you might be able to dip into 8 days worth of core refreshing. So take that for what it is. This is just based on 7 days, but you might be able to get a little bit more than this. So if you are someone who is very in the right time zone or very prudent with your refreshing, you can probably squeeze in a little bit more than this. I don't think that it's worth going any above 200 cores daily on campaign energy. Even for events, I just really don't think it's worth it. And most of the time you don't have to. Anyways, as far as the alliance credit donations, I am doing the math with 8 days in mind, not 7 days. So if you're looking at why, and also the blue, keep this number in mind later on. So you get 4 boxes, which are the easy boxes. There's 5 boxes total, and I want to kind of jump back into the game to kind of share this with you so that you guys are on the same page. So if you go into the alliance tab, you go into the alliance donation, you can see the boxes. Have I donated? Yes, I did donate for the day. So there's 4 easy boxes. If everyone donates 10,000 gold, they'll get this. If you have 24 people in the alliance. Now, if you want to get this, then about 12 people are going to need to donate 50 cores, or 6 people need to donate 100 cores. So do keep that in mind, because that's going to be important into how much XP that you get there. Hopefully you can convince some of your alliance members to get to that 5th box. That'll make a big difference for your total points per day in terms of the calculation. And I have kind of calculated that in mind. So you get 400 points from the 4 early boxes. You get 100 more from the 5th box. And then you get 150 from the daily objective. So that's 650 right there. And then depending on how much you donate, you get different values. So 10 for 10k gold, 60 for 50 cores, and 90 for 100 cores. So this gives you basically a rough total of 560 to 710. But for the purposes of this, we're going to be considering the 650 plus the 60 cores. So that's kind of like, the 50 cores to get 60 points. So I plan on doing the 50 core donations. I'm not going to be doing the 100 core donations. So I've calculated this number with 710 in mind, times that by 6 12, 16, sorry, I lost track of how much points it was. And that gets you 11,360 points. And that's for the 5th box and the 50 core donation. And that's going to be every day. So you multiply this by 8 days, as long as everyone's getting to that 5th box. For the day prior to that you can collect on the event, and the 7 days after, that's going to get you to a grand total of 90,000 and basically 900 points, rounding up. And then you add that up with the 15,500, and you're getting roughly around 106,000 points. 106,300 points. And that's going to get you about 13,000 more than you need for the milestone for the event item. So to go back to the table here, like, you could get to here, right? Like, or that's what did I say? Yeah, basically you could get to here. Could you get to 113,000? I don't really think so. You would really have to push this a lot harder. And I think that you would really need to put in more energy to refreshes in order for you to get there. And I don't think it's personally really worth it, in my opinion, but it shouldn't be too difficult to get to the event item as long as you're clearing all of the boxes. If you don't clear that 5th box, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's not impossible, but you might have to do some more coring on the energy side of things. But I would recommend everyone to try to do their best to get their alliances to that 5th box, which means that, you know, at least half of your alliance is going to need to donate those 50 cores. So do keep that in mind. Now, secondly, there is this battle grab bag web milestone, and this is for raids specifically, but it's for earning raid credits, which means I told you guys on Friday that you guys should be saving all of your raid credit stuff. What is that? That is basically as many of your Doom raid inboxes as you can. Currently, I actually only have 2, but I'm hoping to get a few more. I have one here, I have one down here. I should have like 2 more before the event starts, and because on Sunday, on Christmas Day, of course, I'm recording this on Christmas Day, but the raid season milestone flipped over, so do not, and I hope that you all do this, do not claim the milestones. There's like 15,000 credits in here. Do not claim any of this stuff until the event goes live. That way you can get a lot more of a head start on this. And so I have included some of the saving in here for you to get. Now, for you to get all this, there's not a lot of snowballs in this event, but it is important if you want to get to the 750k. If you don't clear this, you're not going to get the 750k at the end of the Festival of Frost. So it does require 85,000 points. But to get all the snowballs, you do need 42,700. So where are you going to get this? Well, you get 15,000 raid credits from your raid season if you save that. And then if you save up to 7 days of Doom 3 or equivalent, you're going to get roughly about 34,300 points from that. So actually, if you were to save all of this, this would get you there, right? So 15,000 plus 34k is 49k without even doing anything at the start of the event. But where else you can get points, though, as well, is if you do 7 days of Doom Raid 3.2 and Greek 4, and you do 8 nodes on Doom and 10 nodes on Greek every single day, you're going to get 2,550 points just from the nodes. Times that by 7, that's going to give you just about 18,000 credits there. And then the Doom 3.2 payout is approximately, I took a middle of the range rank, about 49.25. Multiply that by 7, and you're getting 34,500 pretty much. Add all of these light blue tallies together, and you do get about 101 or 102,000 rounding up. And so that actually does allow you to clear this. But if you don't save in advance, you're most likely not going to finish the milestone. You don't need to finish the milestone, but you do need to get to 42,700. So that's like the kind of the main goal. I should have highlighted this. Let's give it a orange color there. So this is where you want to get to. These are the different ways that you can get up there, and hopefully you guys can get at least to this score. What are you missing if you don't? Wrong one. What are you missing if you don't get there? Well, just more presence down here, frankly, and some augmented teal gear. There's some good stuff in here, but you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't get there. So just some of this you'll miss out if you don't get further down the milestone. And that's it, actually. It's a fairly simple event, but obviously it's kind of Marvel Horde Force, right? They're kind of trying to convince you to save your stuff, even though you don't know it's coming up. You always, and this is kind of the issue. And I want to kind of double back to this. Make sure you're hoarding, and I hate this part of the game. I'm trying not to be too negative in December because I've done my best to stay positive. But yeah, I really hate this part that we're kind of having to save everything because we never know when it's going to come back for an event. So when it comes to your raid inboxes, when it comes to even, possibly even your war inboxes, I haven't been saving that, but it's a good idea to do that. So that's all I can say, but it shouldn't be too difficult for you to get the event item, and hopefully everyone can get there. Just make sure that you're pushing your alliance and hopefully you have a full alliance to be able to do your donations and doing 50 core donations. That's going to be the most important thing to getting through this, unfortunately. So that's the end of the event, everyone. And as usual, this is going to be up on my Discord probably about 6 to 8 hours after the video if you're looking to share it with your alliance. And of course, everyone, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.